All right, you guys, it is King of the Root back with another video, and let's just jump in. So, I'm sure anybody who is a fan of the Housewives franchise has been hearing about what happened to Garcelle Beauvais' children with the cyber attacks, and then all the extra drama that unfolded with the rest of the ladies who are on her cast. Um, I wanted to do the shows or even do a reading so I could really see who was really behind it. But this is what I'm going to go ahead and tell you from the get-go. Whoever they come out and say who did it is not who really did it, unless, or I'm not going to say it like that, unless they really, I don't want to say it. There's a possibility that they really will find out who did it and they will tell you the right person. And then there's a possibility that they're going to come out with somebody else and try to blame it on somebody else and scapegoat them. And it's not going to be them. Like how, um, let me also say this. The person who also is behind it is somebody who we wouldn't think that is behind it. You kind of would think, but you fully wouldn't know, or you fully wouldn't think it. So with them saying that it's Kathy Hilton, or that, she might be behind it, and Lisa Vanderpump, and the Mean Girls are saying that. The ones who are being called out right now are trying to deflect and say it's Kathy Hilton and possibly Lisa Vanderpump's camp or her herself. Um, this is what I'm gonna say. I think there is a strong possibility. I definitely think that whoever is behind this, what I'm getting from spirit and what I'm picking up is that this was definitely one of those situations where the person observed the situation, and they know the drama that's going on, so they tried to set this up in a way kind of like the government. They set it up in a certain way because it's like art imitating life, and they've already got the story and the plot set up. The person behind it is using all of that against us to build a certain narrative so that we kind of feel like it's a certain person, but it's somebody totally different. It's one of those things like in the movie where it's a mind fuck, where you think you know the killer the whole entire time because this one character is showing you pretty much all the signs that they are the killer, and you get to the end and you're like, oh my god, like you're kind of shocked, but then once you like put it together, you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's what's happening here. So there is a possibility like the Kathy Hilton. I don't know where Lisa Vanderpump came into this because I haven't always watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have missed a couple of seasons, but of course you have YouTube, so we've seen certain clips of certain episodes, and we were able to put together the story and get pretty much the gist of certain incidents that happened in the past. But I wouldn't be shocked if we found out that Kathy Hilton did it and she was trying to set the girls up. And you know what? I don't even know if I would be mad because somebody needs to take Lisa Rinna down. That whole scene with Lisa Rinna when she was like, "That's my mom, and I don't know how to live without her." I don't want to sound like cold-hearted, but I cannot stand Lisa Rinna, so I want to say this. Bitch, your mom was like 90. You're like 70. You'll be okay. Your mom had a beautiful life. God rest her soul. Everybody's going to die. It still doesn't change that she's going to grieve. But stop trying to use your mom for your nastiness. You're a nasty ass bitch. You've always been a nasty ass bitch. You can't be trusted. And the funny thing is with these energies on here, which I'm shocked, but then I'm not shocked at the same time because I be telling bitches about them cancers. Because I think it's about 4 cancers on the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So it's really a lot of emotions here. A lot of lying going on, like a lot of cancers do. A lot of cancers will act like they're a certain way and they're not, and they'll try to portray certain narratives, especially if they don't have somebody like a fire sign, like an Aries, like me, or a Gemini, or one of those energies that's going to call you out and really going to stir the pot, and it's really going to call you on your shit. And like I said, it has to be somebody like an Aries or a Leo or a Capricorn, or somebody that's very strong-headed and who tells it like it is. A lot of people don't like the way the Aries talk sometimes, and I can talk from my standpoint because I am one, but kind of like with Basketball Wives, when they really wanted shit to be said a certain way, they would bring Tammy in. Shawnee would go get Tammy. You know, we all have our roles. But I believe Dorit Kemsley is a Cancer. I know Erica Jane is one. I believe Lisa Rinna is one. And who is the next one? I think, what is Kathy? I just read it. She might be a Cancer too, or she might be a Gemini. I might be getting her mixed up with her daughter, Paris Hilton. But it's a lot of cancers here, cancers in this situation, and it's funny, you know, with them being big ass crybabies. Like Erica could have put on a way better show when, on the first season or the past season, when the whole shit came out about her husband. Like she could have did so much more with her acting. Like it's a goddamn mess, you know. But then I also feel like too, like I feel like the girls really are behind it, or like I said, I feel like Lisa Rinna, and I'm not sure if all the names I'm going to list are all in it, but let's just say this, put it this way, because it's just giving that vibe. Or these are the girls who've been going against Garcelle and Sutton. Let's just say that Lisa and Erica, and maybe even Kyle. I don't really see Dorit doing it. Like Dorit can be on bullshit, but Dorit still gives me a heart. She's one of those cancers who actually, I think, is real. Like Dorit has really kind of grown on me. I don't like when her and Garcelle get into it, because I feel like when the other energies are not there, her and Garcelle are a nice match as well. And Dorit has grown on me. She's long-winded, like they said, and she talks too much. But I kind of like Dorit. She's got her shit with her like everybody else, but I can deal with Dorit. Um, it really actually pisses me off that PK decided to start liking Erica, because in the previous seasons when he was calling her out, he was hitting the nail, man. He was hitting it, and he should have stuck with it. He used to expose the fuck out of Erica. And I don't know if she went and gave him some pussy or they had a threesome or whatever, but he needs to start riding her dick as well. Because them men, when all that shit came out about Tom Girardi, they knew what the fuck it is, and they're not stupid. But let's get back to the cancers. Or these energies. I feel like, you know, like I said, I feel like the Erica and Lisa Rinna could be, and Diana could be behind it. And I feel like, but I still feel like the plan, like, the part that we're seeing in the public with Garcelle's kids getting harassed, that's not even the big picture. I really think they're trying to get rid of Garcelle. I think they could deal with Sutton. They're really trying to break this pair up. They need to get this force broken. They don't like it. They don't like the way that it feels. There is some racism going on, but not in the way that we're thinking. All the women don't really have an issue with black people, but right now that we have a black girl on the TV show who is reading bitches, now it has become a black issue as well, upon the other issues that they have with Garcelle and Sutton. And I feel them, I do think it kind of sucks a teeny bit, like maybe 2%, that, you know, some of the girls can't really get to know Garcelle because of the whole issue with Sutton. But then again, that's lame as fuck too. But yeah, I feel like that Lisa Rinna and Erica, like I said, I feel like it's more to the story, and I feel like it's not about really, it wasn't really about harassing the kids. It was about doing whatever they can do to break down this. I really feel like they want to make Garcelle leave. Like they want to drag her down so bad because they know that she's a real ass bitch, and they knew where to hit her, to where she's going to be like, you know, I want to do another season, and I love doing this work with you guys on the show, but my kids come first, because they know she's a real mom, unlike the rest of them bitches. You know, only one really who's a good mom on there is maybe Dorit and Kyle. They are really good mothers. Erica, Lisa, but I'm gonna put that to the side. You ain't supposed to talk about nobody's kids or how or their parenting really. But it's giving me that vibe. But like I said, I wouldn't put it past Kathy. I don't even know why Lisa Vanderpump was in the situation, but I wouldn't put it past her. But it's not. It was not about it. This whole situation is all about setting somebody else up, and the end result is to either, I really believe, was to either get Garcelle fired at first before they put the plan in effect. That was the initial plan at first, and then they switched it up and they said, you know what, nah, we're going to tear her down and we're going to get her to quit, is what Spirit is telling me. Or we're going to get her to just leave because of her kids, or she just can't take it. But it backfired. I also get the vibe too that there's spell work being thrown, I believe by Diana. Garcelle also has protected herself too. Now remember, she's Haitian. I don't know if she gets down with the roots like on the regular, but I can tell these bitches what. They don't want Garcelle to really go over to Haiti and get one of her motherfucking uncles or grandmas or aunties or one of them motherfucking, what they call them, Hugans or Hugoons or Mambos. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. One of them motherfuckers, because that Haitian voodoo. Now, I'm not scared of anybody. Now, I'll go to war with anybody. But I tell you what, I really don't want to get in the ring with a Haitian motherfucker who was mad at me. and I've actually fucked over, because that motherfucking magic, that is some scary ass magic. That Haitian voodoo is crazy when it's really done right. Oh my god. And the fact that Garcelle, like, everything that she's doing is justifiable. If she really wanted to go and do something to these ladies, like, oh, she could light their ass up. But I don't think Garcelle is stupid. I definitely think Garcelle has a spiritualist or a grandmother or somebody that she calls on, even if they've passed over or transitioned, and they protect Garcelle, and they're gonna light them girls up. I don't think Lisa Rinna and them did their homework. I think they're looking at Garcon, forgetting that she's Haitian, and forgetting the stories in their history and our history, and forgetting that she could fuck them up with a blink of an eye. Okay? But yeah, it's a lot of hands inside of the story. For real, I even had a theory too. I was like, I wouldn't be shocked if everybody was in on it, even Garcelle. And this is a storyline, and it's just Hollywood. I'm not going to put it past anybody. I don't see Garcelle sacrificing her kids like that. She does not give me that vibe. But I wouldn't be shocked. Or we could say what I just said is true, but remove Garcelle and she really didn't know what was going on. And then she finds out eventually. But like I said, they're gonna come out eventually, I think, and tell you it's somebody. And whoever they bring you and present you is gonna be the scapegoat. And if they tell you it's just one person, there's another person they're gonna miss and they're not gonna put in there. That's all I'm gonna say. But this shit is on bullshit, you guys. The story is getting crazier and crazier. Them girls really want, they really would like to keep Garcelle and get rid of Sutton, but the white supremacy in them, because none of them really give me a prejudice vibe. I don't care. They just really don't. Maybe besides Lisa or Diana. But you know, them foreigners, even black foreigners, the Africans and the Trinidadians, they come over here and judge their own people. But oh, my dollar, my offering. Yeah, the white supremacy in them says, you know what, we got to keep Sutton, get rid of Garcelle. But they really want to take down this. The ancestors also tell me that there's been a lot, almost like with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, with the whole Nene, because there were a lot of people who were trying to get rid of Nene for years too, and they eventually did it that last little season, and I think the season before that, it was a whole lot of witchcraft and magic and a whole lot of backstabbing going on from women you wouldn't think it was. Candy Burris was a heavy one in there. Because Candy has a very strong spiritual gang who backs her up, because they're all about that motherfucking money. But there's been a whole lot of like back and forth and tattletelling, like on Garcelle and Sutton. Not really tattletelling, but like trying to make bigger deals of certain issues, and they were not really getting anywhere, because Garcelle is very respected when it comes to her work. She does business very well. And although we know white supremacy and how colorism can go inside of Hollywood, that kind of saves Garcelle. My mom used to teach me that too. And not really, she wouldn't really say it with her words, my mother. It was just she would show me how you deal with people. Because my mother's a Leo, and she knows how to work her energy and get stuff done, especially with white folk growing up in Virginia. We didn't really deal with racism. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying my mom showed me how you deal with the motherfuckers, you know, them type people. Y'all know what I mean. The niggas in the room know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was a lot. It's been a lot of backstabbing and a lot of, well, she did this and oh, that was wrong and and just kind of throwing bugs in people's ears, trying to stir up stuff and trying to get them to look at certain people in a certain way. But they are hot about this whole Garcelle and Sutton thing, and them getting red and things are not going their way, and oh, child, it's a mess. All I'm gonna say is that the bitches that are really behind it, they are going to reap what they sow, regardless if we see it on TV or we see people lose their jobs. Because I also feel like we are expecting a certain outcome, like certain people will get fired or will be casted as a friend or they'll leave, and it's not gonna go the way the way that the Real Enemy planned it, it's not gonna go their way. The way that we are planning it to go, it's not gonna go our way. This outcome is going to be very funny and interesting. So stay tuned, okay? Alright, you guys. Bye.